Pie races are back in Bayfield next month, and the community choir is looking for members in Washburn. All that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start things off in Chisholm tonight, where the Minnesota Discovery Center is inviting dinosaur lovers for an evening of fun this Saturday. They will be hosting a free open fossil lab and a meet and greet with the Discovery Center's paleontologist. The fossil lab will feature some discoveries made in northern Minnesota. Additionally, there will be a special presentation discussing the Hill Annex Project, which is a research project taking place on the Mesabi Range. The evening of fun runs from 2 to 5 p.m. and is free for all to attend. Next, we head to Bayfield, Wisconsin, where it's only a few weeks until Race Day at Mount Ashway. The 17th Annual Summit Nordic Ski Race will be held February 4th. Race Day features a new 30-kilometer skate event instead of the 15-kilometer skate. There are different divisions for citizens, middle schoolers, high schoolers, and collegiate athletes. Registration is required and volunteers are needed. We'll have more details at how you can sign up or how you can help out at northernnewsnow.com. And by the way, the race's claim to fame is that it's the only event in the state of Wisconsin that features all edible awards. Each age group winner receives a fresh-baked pie for their efforts, earning the event the nickname the Great Pie Race. And we wrap up in Washburn, Wisconsin tonight, where the Chequamegon Area Choir is looking for new members. The choir is celebrating 50 years of performances in the Chequamegon Bay area. The music is for everyone and no auditions are required. Anyone 16 years or older interested in joining can show up to weekly rehearsals beginning tonight at 7. Registration and distribution of music folders begins at 6:30, and if you can't make it tonight, the deadline to join is Monday, January 23rd. And as always, if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we take you around the Northland, city by city.